Whoa, 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 it's Broadcast Houston bringing you a special edition of what we're gonna call BH100 Discussions. And we're just gonna take current events and we get normal everyday people. We might have some celebrities on here, but we just gonna talk about some things, and we really broadcast from the streets, and that's what we're gonna give y'all. So we have 4 panelists right now, and we're gonna talk about this R. Kelly, man. Everybody wanna talk about R. Kelly, but before we get into all that, we're gonna let each one of them say who they are, where you can follow them, and a little background about them from left to right.
I'm Madeline Isaac. I am the current owner of Posh by Imani Boutique, located downtown Houston at 720 Rush Street. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook at Posh by Imani.
Hello, I'm Miss Blue. I am a rapper, singer, writer, actress. I just played in the movie Pipe Dreams with J. LaRue Productions, and I do a lot of music on the scenes and in the process of writing a book as well. And you can follow me on social media at Forever Miss Blue. Is spelled MZ Blue.
Hi, my name is Brianna. You can follow me on Instagram at Bree the Goddess. I am also the founder of the new YouTube series Urban Voice Box, where I speak on controversial topics within our minority or Black community. Follow me.
Hello, folks. I'm Theo Gervais with Chowtime TV. You can follow me at Theo_GERVAIS.
That's what's up, man. Thank y'all for coming out. It's Saturday in Houston. Y'all could be anywhere, but y'all right here with Broadcast Houston. And man, we really do appreciate that. So let's get right into the nitty gritty, man. R. Kelly. I assume that all of you all have seen this docu-series at some length. Let's just start. What are your thoughts? You know what I'm saying? Just overall thoughts about the docu-series.
I would, for me, in my opinion, with the docu-series, I feel like that a lot of the time it is very easy to discredit the Black woman, or it's easy to discredit the abuse. However, what I do feel is that most of the time when you do have someone who is abusing people on that level, it's transpired from something that's went on or happened to them within their own childhood. So I kind of feel like that, yes, he is definitely a sick individual. That is without a doubt. However, I feel like that we need to take the opportunity to look a little deeper into what happened to him. Where did this come from? Where did this start? Whether this transpired? Because a lot of the times we are looking so big, and we're looking so hard at R. Kelly and his mistakes. We're missing the big fact of this kind of thing goes on within our households, within our Black communities all the time, and it's overlooked all the time.
Okay, so one of my other panelists, does R. Kelly get any grace? Come on, somebody give it to me.
Yes, I grant him grace because he's human. And we make mistakes. No one is perfect with Jesus. So, but what I don't like is how it was hidden. It was hushed. People knew and did nothing. And I agree with you. I know in my era, my mama always told us, well, go on in this house, stay in this house. And that's not healthy. Let it out. People need help, but I'm still upset. I'm disappointed because I was a diehard fan of R. Kelly. And when it all came out about Aaliyah, and I just didn't believe it because I didn't see it. There was no proof. But now that I see the proof, I have a whole nother outlook.
We're going to go to Theo, but Miss Blue seems like she's burning up inside. She's burning up. Does R. Kelly get grace? Any grace?
I think his grace is stemmed from his talent. I think we all still want to step in the name of love. I think we all still want to beep. We all still want to jam that music, and so whether we're going to be singing the lyrics to his music under our breath now or not, but let's say this was your coworker or your boss that did the same thing, you would think that they would need to get fired and no longer be able to continue their career. But because R. Kelly is who he is, and who he is at the family reunions, and who he is at the dance classes, that's where he gets his grace. His grace is from his talent. I believe that if what he did, if it was a football player, if it was any type of other celebrity, depending on who they are to us, is going to be the amount of grace that they get.
I totally agree with what I've heard, and Theo, he's correct. But for me, personally, I don't feel like he gets grace from me. And the reason why I say that is because we all grew up, most of us grew up on R. Kelly. Okay, he was someone that we admired, we looked up to, but you have to look at it from a perspective of a parent, a sister, even a mother. It's not okay what he did. It's not excusable. I mean, and I feel like he needs to own up to what he did. I feel like he does need to suffer some sort of consequences, and I do understand that he is a victim himself, but you have now gone out and you victimized someone. So you could have stopped the cycle. You could have broke the cycle by not doing what someone did to you. And I don't think it is fair for anyone to mislook at that. We can't look at the fact that, oh, he sold millions of records, he's R. Kelly. No, we have to stop going with what's popular in society and go for what's real and be raw with it. He's wrong for what he did. I don't feel sorry for him in any form or fashion. I stopped listening to his music when I first heard the first situation with the videotape, and he got acquitted on that. In my mind, I felt like he really did that. So to me, it's like you keep doing the same thing. So now this is not an accident. You are doing this because you're a predator, and you don't get any grace from me. That's something that, you'll have to pray about. You'll have to ask God to forgive you. I have to forgive you as a person, but I can't respect you for doing stuff like that. I just can't.
Can I ask a quick question to all the panelists here? Raise your hand if you knew about R. Kelly and Aaliyah.
I did.
I can't say that I did. I cannot say that
I did.
I heard about it. I didn't. This is years ago, so I'm probably a teenager.
I was about to say the
I'm
same
like,
thing.
okay, well,
True.
celebrity scandals all the time,
Exactly.
but it really happened. It was probably a lot of hush money. Next question. I want to get on him saying he's going to take legal action on these people on this docu-series. What do you all think about that?
So you're already proving to me that you're guilty, because if it were me and I'm innocent, I'm gonna speak up about my name before I take legal action. So to me, he's taking legal action because I hushed y'all with this money, and now y'all have broken, the
Okay.
contract. That's how I feel about it. But if I was representing my name, I would have been calling 2020. Oprah, Gail, somebody come, let's do this interview. Let's get this right.
Okay. What about you?
I personally feel like that, as far as when it comes to him trying to seek legal action against them, that's just kind of like how y'all basically said. Now this money has ran out, and I understand absolutely what you say when you say, think of it as a mother, think of it as, but you also have to think of it as a victim. You have to think of it as the aspect of, when I was 15, 16 years old, yes, I was young. Yes, I was also in situations to where I was easily manipulated based off of what I did not know at that time. However, I was smart enough to know what I was doing. I was definitely smart enough to know right from wrong. I was smart enough to know this guy is not the guy that I'm supposed to be speaking to. And then also, you also have to take into account as well as this. If somebody was coming at me and coming at my character, and I know that I stand millions to lose, my fans, everything that I've worked hard for, oh yeah, hell, I'm like, yeah, bring my lawyers in, bring everybody in, because this is slander. They're saying this, that, and the other against my name. And then it's just like, when do we say that? When do we actually, I understand, because I have been a victim, so I absolutely understand how it can be when you come out and or you're scared to come out initially, and when you finally do, people discredit you or they don't believe you based off of whatever reason that they may have. But what I will say is, when do we kind of hold them accountable? How come when Stepping in the Name of Love was hot, y'all was around here stepping in the name of love with him, every single title on the docuseries, you saw an ex-dancer, an ex-backup singer, he's not just paying y'all, he's giving y'all a job. So at a certain point, it was a choice for y'all to continue to be around this man. It was a choice for y'all to continue to sleep with this man, be with this man, go with this man, step with this man, your whole situation. Until now, as a pedophile, mentally, after a certain age, as you get older, he's not going to be attracted to you anymore. So now I'm seeing a bunch of grown women that is not in his age range anymore saying that, oh, well, he did this, he did that. Why weren't you saying this then? Why didn't you speak out sooner? Because just like y'all said, we did hear things about it in Chicago. Chicago's not that big. We didn't hear anything about them trying to step out against him like that back then. And then during the actual trial, the victim's father got on the stand to testify and basically stated, that's not my daughter. You can't tell me that's not my son or my daughter that I see on somebody's tape. If it's on somebody's tape, if somebody's doing something to harm my child as a mother, there is nothing you can say.
Ms. Blue, Theo, what you got to say?
In regards to R. Kelly seeking legal action, I believe, I don't understand why he's seeking legal representation at this point, because we know that the allegations is true. I'm curious as to how this will all unfold, because again, I mean, he has victimized people. And it's proof. It's not like this is, lies that's made up. We understand Hollywood scandals, and that's all good. But I mean, I would like to know, what is he suing for too? And just like you said, I do believe that it has something to do with the oath that the people around him took at the time. Now, I can say, I can see him suing them, saying, hey, we had a brotherhood. We said we was going to keep this quiet on the low. You were going along with it too. So, again, I see where he's coming from, but I don't understand why he's seeking legal representation for what?
Well, unfortunately, at this point, these are still allegations.
Okay.
So as American citizen, he has a right to fight those allegations. What we saw was a docuseries. It wasn't court manuscript. It wasn't anything legally binding or anything like that. That docuseries, for legal purposes, was this close to being a reality show. He has the right to fight these allegations. If he did it, he needs to be treated. He needs to pay the price, and these victims need help so that it can stop. You know what I'm saying? But as far as his right as an American citizen, when somebody says you stole something, and we have a right to say, okay, you have to prove it in court.
That's real good. That's real good. We're gonna go to a quick break. We're gonna have a word from our sponsors, and we're gonna come back with some more R. Kelly. Thank you guys. Very good insight. Below in the comments, everybody, let us know what you think about what was said on this panel. We'll be back in 1 second.
Would you like your commercial aired right here? We'd love to feature you on our platform. Don't have a commercial for your business or brand? No worries. Let Broadcast Houston create your personalized commercial from scratch. Other services include BH100 Media Run, Unplugged Product or Service Review, Next Up Cypher, Bars and Baddies, and Unplugged Music Review. Visit broadcasthouston.com/services for detailed information about each of these services. Broadcast Houston is also your one-stop content creator shop specializing in lyric videos, animation, product photography, red carpet event coverage, music videos, and much more. Email us today at broadcasthouston@gmail.com.
Whoa, and we're back, and look what we have here. We have two new panelists with two different ideals. Let us know who you are, what you got going on, and where we can follow you.
Well, my name is Pradia. I go by The Cat's Meow. Also, you can find me on Instagram at The Cat's Meow Official. All of your reality shows that you know and love and hip hop. I'm talking Greenleaf. We're talking everything. I really love Greenleaf. So if you like Greenleaf, you need to hit me up at The Cat's Meow Official on Instagram and just The Cat's Meow on YouTube.
And who do we have over here?
It's your girl Cole from Backstreets with Cole. The livest interviews in Houston underground, breaking different underground artists, rappers, singers, entertainers, comedians, stylists. I'm here to debate this R. Kelly. Appreciate Broadcast Houston for bringing me out again. So we finna go into it.
Salute, man. This is our first time meeting in real life too, and everybody's following each other, as y'all will see in the blooper reel that we didn't just get. So it's a whole bunch of love and positive energy in the H-Town, man. We right here downtown, man, and salute to Screwston Soul for opening up their location. Y'all must definitely check them out. But we about to get deep and dirty into this thing. Before we get to more in-depth questions, Prati, from the overall look of the docuseries, what is your first reaction?
I wanted to nail his ass to the cross. I feel like he's guilty. Not by association, he is just fucking guilty. Like, guilty, and everybody who was complicit in their silence is just as guilty. Everybody should go down. The brother is already in a slammer, but we need to add more charges to his shit so we can make sure he don't get out.
Oh,
the
wow.
road manager he's the worst one. He was there when Aaliyah and them got married. He was there for all of that. They were going out and finding girls for him. Like, that's sick. They are all as sick. Just because they weren't doing the action does not mean that they weren't just as guilty. Shut all of that shit down, and his ass needs to go to jail. If we can send Bill Cosby, we can send his ass too.
Okay, Cole.
I don't think, man, I think we should wait till everything come out to really condemn that man like that. But I mean, watching the docuseries, there's a lot of good editing they had going on, in my opinion. I do feel like everybody played their part, including R. Kelly, but the parents just as well. Money is a powerful tool. It's a powerful thing. Parents will take a 17-year-old and throw them on stage with a 32-year-old man and say, he got my... Lady, you took your daughter and said it was okay. Well, I didn't think it was that serious. It's crazy that we live in a world like it's not that serious until it's in our back door. But why y'all didn't take it serious with Aaliyah? We praised Roxanne, but that was an old man with a younger girl. But that's such a great movie. But this man is such a bad person, just like the road manager, just like this person, just like that person. We just so quick to just point him out. He can't do all that by himself. That's all I'm saying. But is he wrong? Hell yeah.
Hey, okay. So the other two panelists, how guilty is his camp? First of all, can he do this alone without those people? And two, how much of is this a fault of his camp?
I feel like that his camp plays, if not an equal hand, just as big of a hand as he plays in it. I feel like that sex trafficking is something that is huge in America, and to say for all of these years, this happened. The first tape came out in 2002. It's 2019. Okay, so to say that he's been doing all of this by himself when there were several girls on the the docu-series who said that he could barely even read.
Oh, he did say he can't.
Yeah, they did. His wife said his ass could barely read, and so did one of the other females. So it's just like, if you can barely read, how are you
them girls need to be teaching them how to read, huh?
Exactly. Like, how do you got a whole concubine and everything like that going on? And so I feel like that also, some of the girls was basically saying that it was situations to where the girls would be laying in rooms and not to speak to anyone unless engaging in sexual activity. With who? Just him? I highly doubt he was the only person coming through touching on them young girls. It's just like, I feel like that a lot of the times it's being so much that's being covered up because he's not the only person that's gonna go down if it all comes out.
Miss Blue.
I totally agree with that, and I feel that his whole team is responsible for what happened. They all turned a blind eye to everything, even Sparkle in the docuseries. I could not stomach her interview. She was really making me upset. I went out and got the girls, but I didn't know any better. You knew. Everyone around you knew, like Prati said, everyone knew that was on that tour bus. Y'all know when them doors closed that man was sleeping with Aaliyah. And I just think that it's wrong to sit up here and act like everyone is pretending and dumbfounded. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what time it is. You all capitalized off the situation is what took place. And to me, it seems like everybody is broke now. And the reason why I say that, because how ironic is it that after the docuseries, Sparkle dropped a single.
That song.
Oh my God.
Now, she dropped a single. I caught that. I'm on Twitter faithfully. She dropped a single after a decade. Okay, I have to let the cat out the bag. She did that, and after that, I was like, you know what? I'm not saying he's not guilty. He's guilty. But now I'm thinking, oh, y'all need to be in trouble for that because, girlfriend, you dropping music right during this. We can't take you serious. You know, and so that's my stance. Your whole team is corrupt. It was just not R. Kelly, like you all are saying. He couldn't have done that by himself, and he didn't do it by himself. All of them are responsible for everything they played a part in by not speaking up. And yeah, Sparkle, you're trifling. Yes, I didn't know that.
I had no clue.
Oh yeah, she dropped the song publicity stunt. Yeah, after you crocodile tears and. Oh yeah, she's pushing.
What is it about? Is it a Be Careful part 2? Like,
I didn't know that either.
Stick to her same kind of background with the like melodies and the voice is still there, but why now?
Okay, so next question. Okay, so I mean, with the wife, I think, but she was dancing on Instagram to R. Kelly's song. What do you feel about that? I mean, is that condoning? Is that, can you still be a fan? And you know,
no, you can, especially if you're part of the fucking documentary.
Right.
You're in it. You weren't just watching it. For us,
Exactly.
we can say that you were in it, crying your tears and doing all of this. So why you don't feel that way when his music is playing? Like, I don't understand.
She said that this man ruined her children's life, that people in her children's school was coming up to her kids telling them that you can't sit with me because your daddy's a pedophile. If somebody told my son something like that, not only would it break my heart, I've been trying to break that man in every way, shape, or form. And so I just feel like that for you to, right after the docuseries, be sitting there talking about, singing his song, Step in the Name, whatever, loud, with enthusiasm, you know what I'm saying? With pride. When you was just
That's
literally,
not
I'm looking at you on Instagram now, but I was just looking at you on my Fire Stick crying, talking about
I watched it on my
go
Fire
to
Stick,
hell. You know what I'm saying? It's just
I
like,
did too.
you need to really make up your mind. You really need to pick a side.
okay, I mean, so can you? And I guess this is the big question in music, like, because you listen to music, you can have great music and you can have an artist. In 2019, do we listen to artists for their music, or do we listen to the artists for who they are in 2019?
Me personally, I listen for music, but that's just because of me. But I think nowadays we care more about the person, what they wearing, or who they is, or who they associate themselves with, and we quick to jump in or jump on their wave, which is cool or whatever bring you, attract you. I don't think we actually take a listen or whatever. And I think with R. Kelly, I mean, he's a great artist, and I know it's hard because to tie the two, like professional and people personal life, because there's like these teachers that do these type of things or whatever. It's like, are they able to teach again? Should they get another job? They get that pass, or they make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know.
But did they do it for 20 years?
20 years.
And did they have a whole team of niggas saying, go ahead, like, I'm gonna go ahead and get you a whole gang of girls? Like, it wasn't.
I think the big thing you said, like, he was not the only one that messed with these girls.
The whole team
and I feel like if once that comes out, they got their own jail together
The
prison.
documentary was them clearing their ass, basically.
Who clearing their ass?
Well, Hugh Hefner did it legally. She was asking, did Hugh Hefner do the same thing?
But do y'all think that all of the girls that was in Hugh Hefner's camp, all of the girls who came through that Playboy Bunny house was definitely 18? I mean, because we've seen so many times how young white girls, and I'm just saying, being real, we've seen so
Barely
many
legal.
times how they be so thirsty to, like, You know what I'm saying? Be seen.
Oh, it happens
And
in
that's
Hollywood all the
and
time.
that's not exactly. And it's not just to say that it's just the white girls. It's the black girls too. But we've seen so many times. Like, people don't get stuff off of movies from nowhere. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like we've seen so many times, time and time again. So do we shun him? Do we, you've been a pedophile for 20 years, because some of these girls went on the docuseries, said that they were I was 19, I was 21 when I first met him, and we was messing with each other since time, this thing. So all of the girls were not initially underage, and then you even got that one lady who 33 years old. So it's just like, yes, granted, this man does mess with little girls. We saw the video. So it's just like, that is not a question. But what I am saying is, do we tear down this black man and then turn a blind eye to people who may have been doing the same exact thing? Because we praised him to his death. Hugh Hefner is the man. You know what I'm saying? But let's be real. Can we truly say that every single girl who came through his camp was 18? And if they were younger, can we also truly say, based off of his character, him liking to have sex, this and the other, that he would have turned it down?
I feel like, we should. And this is why. As black people, we have a responsibility to who we consume. White people don't benefit from R. Kelly. So that ain't really got shit to do with us. I mean, what black person is going out and buying Playboy? We don't care. I mean, but as far as black people, we have a social responsibility.
Right, debatable. We buy Playboy.
We also like the busty black brunettes. So we don't like.
This is why we have Prada on the show.
Yes.
Go ahead and check out his YouTube.
I mean, be real. The niggas in here ain't really finna get off on no blonde girl with blue eyes. You want a sister. And he wasn't bringing all them sisters in there.
Okay, so if we is speaking real, we is speaking facts. With me, myself, personally, when I'm thinking of porn, I barely like to watch black porn. I feel like black girls, on Ebony, they do a little too much. I do like the white girls. I do like them. I really enjoy it. So I feel like that just the same way that I said, it's a preference thing. Yeah, you might look at it like, we don't like these blonde chicks, but every single time you get on, blondes have more fun. Even black girls I put on a blonde wig and be like, blondes have more fun. So it's just like, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, it's a preference thing. So to say that like nobody's looking at it, it's just almost how some white guys say, ain't nobody looking at these black girls.
Here's a question. We about to talk now. If R. Kelly is Tiger Woods and getting 17, 16-year-old white girls, does the black community give them more grace?
We gave it to Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, this Blue ain't said in a while.
We done put Tiger Woods in the mix. I left Tiger alone too. I don't think Tiger get grace either.
Well, no. I mean, that's not the question. No, the question is if R. Kelly was messing with all young white girls.
Okay.
Does the black community give R. Kelly more grace?
Okay, so from what I'm seeing online and versus myself and people that I'm talking to, regardless of the race, we do not give R. Kelly grace. It doesn't matter to me. Like, you victimize young white ladies, young black ladies, you're a predator. I mean, there's no in between. You're not right just because you chose, white girls or one race over the other. You're wrong for what you're doing, period. So, I mean, I don't grant you grace for that.
He may get away with it more because he's doing it to black girls.
With the white girls, we wouldn't have an opportunity to give R. Kelly grace because the white girl is America's sweetheart. So the minute she gets on the television and starts crying, the world is running to her rescue and he is going down. Indictment, allegations or not, R. Kelly is guilty if a white girl say he did it.
So with the cultural stigma, then how Tiger Woods or Kobe Bryant or Michael J, whatever, you know what I'm saying, dealing with other races, and it's like, why is it the black girls crying wolf? You know what I'm saying?
It's something that's been going on since the beginning of time. If you look at if you look at the social ladder and basically how it was played out from the beginning of time. So initially, we are, as in the black people, we had to fight to be looked at as humans compared to property. Okay, because at first we were property. So then they freed us, they abolished slavery, but we weren't citizens. You're free, but you're not a citizen. And so finally we continue to fight to be acknowledged as citizens. But then then it's like, okay, fine, okay, I will allow you guys to be citizens and I'll allow your men to vote. So it's just like, in a way, two of our biggest factors is sexism and racism. So a lot of the times, us as black women, we find ourselves kind of muting the black women and the black woman struggle, putting it second to racism. Because a lot of people, they're looking at, okay, well, society tells me that black means pure, black means godly, dark means, bad, we represent that, with bad things. So it's like, first we put it into our heads the color aspect of it. And so it's just like, okay, if we're saying we're looking at color, we're looking at men and women, we're looking at everything black and white. What is the next aspect we're going to look at it? Okay, well, who's stronger, or who's more, a man or a woman? So it's just like, okay, after we put the color aspect, we put man or woman. Well, man comes first. So who's last? If you're really looking at it, who's really last? We have the white man, then the black man, then the white woman, then the black woman at the end. So a lot of the times, it's easier to discredit the black woman. It's easier to brush us off because society has suffocated us and muted us, not just by the color of our skin, but by the appearance of our breasts versus us having breasts and not balls.
Okay, Miss Blue, Backstreet with Code, what do y'all have to say about that?
So, touching on that topic, I feel that society has indeed taken the voice away of the black women, and the reason why we can't speak out without them saying that we're crying wolf is because I feel like they have painted a pretty picture of the white versus the black way, meaning this: when the white woman is screaming, this person did this to me, I got raped or assaulted, it is painted different, meaning that you see force, it's been some type of trauma, she's screaming, she's crying, and it's more believable versus the black woman screaming, I got raped, I got assaulted. We're already labeled as an angry black woman, for one. For two, if you notice, the picture that they're painting with these girls is they were willing to go off with R. Kelly. He didn't have a gun to their head. Versus when you see a white woman getting assaulted and you hear her story, she more than likely had a gun aimed at her head. She might have been grabbed into a car, duct tape. They just paint a different picture in society. So that is why when we scream rape, assault, torture, we're lying. We're screaming wolf. Girl, you didn't have to go with that man. You knew better than that. And that's why I say that our voice has been shunned, and as far as being a black woman in society, when we're having the same, type of issues with assault and rape and things of that nature.
Backstreets with Cole. We gonna end it off with you.
It probably goes back to if he had did it to white girls, it probably been like that OJ syndrome. Well, shit, he got one of theirs, so shit, we could cheer him out. At least it ain't ours. But then when it happens to ours, now we all in turmoil and it's so messed up and it's so wrong. But if we like that across the board, it wouldn't be none of this divide. But I think it's always gonna be this divide within us, within society, regardless how you shape it or how you change it at the end of the day.
Okay, man, we're gonna take another break and go to it's getting good.
Yeah.
We gotta pay some bills real quick. We're gonna go do a couple commercials. We're gonna end it off, and when we end it off, I want you all to kind of think of a solution. You know what I mean? I don't know how we can solve this, but maybe prevent this in the future, and what we can do as a community. So we'll be right back. It's Broadcast Houston, BH100 Discussions.
Would you like your commercial aired right here? We'd love to feature you on our platform. Don't have a commercial for your business or brand? No worries. Let Broadcast Houston create your personalized commercial from scratch. Other services include BH100 Media Run, Unplugged Product or Service Review, Next Up Cypher, Bars and Baddies, and Unplugged Music Review. Visit broadcasthouston.com/services for detailed information about each of these services. Broadcast Houston is also your one-stop content creator shop specializing in lyric videos, animation, product photography, red carpet event coverage, music videos, and much more. Email us today at broadcasthouston@gmail.com.
Whoa, 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 and we're back in conclusion with our final cast. I know we keep doing musical chairs. We had Grouston Soul downtown Houston consignment store. Make sure y'all check it out, man. It's very dope. It's a small business, and definitely want to pay respect. And you know what I'm saying, y'all can check out all the different articles of clothing. They do more than just shoes, and just support that brand because they rock with Broadcast Houston, definitely. Before we close out, I have a couple more questions, just, you know what I'm saying, scenarios for you all to comment on. One is, I believe I heard, and y'all can quote me if I'm wrong, that R. Kelly still currently has people trapped in the basement at this point in time. So what are your comments on that?
I believe in the conclusion of part 6 of the docuseries, these people that are trapped in the closet are adults. So trapped, we're gonna put quotations around that.
And that was a play on trapped in the closet,
right,
literally. So
I get it. I got it. I got it.
BDSM. I mean, if you're into that thing, what can you say? It's not breaking any law, right?
No laws are broken. No
so
laws.
I mean, but you know, can he get away with that? Should he still be able to get away with that after what he's done?
You have to ask the ladies that are trapped. Ask them if he can still get away
Hey,
with
maybe
it.
we can get him on Broadcast Houston. That's a good idea. We'll reach out and see if we can get through. What's your number, R. Kelly? Hit us up. You know what I'm saying?
I think what Lisa Van Allen. I think she's one of the ones. You know, yeah, I mean, they're adults.
Consenting adults at that.
Crazy consenting.
Okay. So no comments on that. I mean, as long as it's legal, you can do it.
Come on.
It's just really not my preference, so I guess I would be biased to give my opinion on it. But I just think it's weird. Like, if you're gonna be concubining it up, then just concubine it up. You ain't
Go ahead
gotta
and marry him, huh? Just
No, see, he ain't got to do all of that because he like to switch them out because they eventually get too old. So he gotta, keep a revolving door. But let it be consensual. Let it be. If you gonna date these women, be out in the open. It's the secrecy of it all that makes us wonder what's really going on.
And I just want to chime in to what you said. You're absolutely correct. These are grown women, consenting adults. But if you're gonna do your dirt, own it.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it's about. Own it.
Just own it. Just own it.
You like what you like. This is me.
It is what it is. Okay. One last thing I saw on Hot 97. This is recent. R. Kelly reportedly hospitalized after severe panic attacks following Lifetime special. Probably not buying it. He's not buying it. What do y'all think? Is it just woe on me? Does he just want some, attention?
I think he just
real? Should we care? What do you think?
I think he just under a lot of pressure. To be honest, all this heat coming from all type of ways. He falling out and all that. I think he under some type of pressure.
Right. The midget is out the closet. That's what that is. That's what that is.
No longer trapped in the closet.
But wasn't he just celebrating his birthday a second ago at the club?
Oh yeah, so I got that too. Yeah. And
so maybe he's just hung over.
He sold out.
Maybe he just dehydrated. Maybe he just needs.
Eyes was blinking and stuff. Maybe it was one of them moments. Maybe he just had a reaction to the night before. Because I don't believe that he is having panic. I just want him to speak. Say something.
Speak on it.
Say something, where's my camera? Say something, R. Kelly. Just say something.
Broadcast Houston to break it, and you can cuss and you can do whatever you want.
Do whatever. Just say something. Just don't let Touré Roberts be your interviewer because he gets you in a lot of trouble. But say something. That's all we need.
Now, who does he owe this explanation to?
The world. His fans. Come on now. Right here. Die Hard. I have every album on my phone still. Yes,
Okay. So are we still jamming R. Kelly? Are we still jamming R. Kelly?
I have not since I've seen the docuseries, and I'm gonna tell you, I was real Die Hard. Like, he coming to Houston. Okay, I'm finna get my tickets. I'm the one in the aisle, pee popping to his beat.
Hey.
Yes.
I mean, I'm really, really torn. I really want to let due process happen and see what's what.
So you're going to let the justice system define if you're going to listen to R. Kelly's music now?
Well, it's a situation where, I currently still listen to Michael Jackson. He was never proven guilty of anything. Now, I have a daughter. I have children. They ride in the car with me, and so somebody brought up something, let's fast forward 10 years from now, and, my daughter sees this docuseries and then remembers, oh, I used to listen to his music. Daddy, did you know about this? Did you know that was blah, blah, blah. So that's why I'm going to let due process happen. I still love his music. I mean, you can't take that away from me. That's my opinion. I still love his music. Now, will I listen to it like around my kids? I gotta let this thing play out first.
Yeah, I have stopped. I don't listen to his music only because I don't want to second guess it. I wouldn't be able to enjoy it. I would not be able to enjoy the music because I'm thinking about the lyrics and I'm thinking about what he's saying and I'm trying to dissect and what's he talking about, Aaliyah? What's he talking about the 12-year-old girl in the studio? Like, I would always be wondering. Like, I can't even listen to You Are Not Alone, and that song used to make me cry. Like, I can't listen to that song anymore because now I know it's about a totally different situation. Like, for some people, when you know who they are, it taints what you think of them. Like, back in the day, no, it wouldn't have mattered because we didn't care back in the day. We didn't have as much access to these artists and these people. So we didn't care about their lives. We cared about when you were coming to our city because we wanted to see you, and after that, we just requested your song on the radio. That was it. But now, since we have so much access to you, it's like everybody is, held up with a grain of salt, and it's like
his PR must be getting paid more than his lawyer. I mean, it's PR.
Is he using them? Because he just going about his life as if nothing is happening, singing that birthday, still singing the song.
He's not worried. He's not worried. All
right.
Do we think that?
Well, in the world of social media right now, he's trending.
He's trending.
He's not worried
right.
though.
He's
I mean,
basking in that.
Yeah,
he's not worried.
Right
One last thing before we close out. Saw this post. Jacquees took to Twitter. Jacquees took to Twitter and said he was going to.
The King Army.
Yeah. So he said he was going to redo the entire R. Kelly catalog. That way you can listen to R. Kelly. We can listen to him and not feel guilty anymore. How do y'all feel about that?
Absolutely not. Now, come on now, let's be real. R. Kelly did his dirt, but he is a genius. I can't take his talent. The boy is talented. That boy is gifted. And
Is R. Kelly still the king of R&B? Oh, the face shows it all. You can't hide. So we're filming you right now. You can't hide. So now you gotta, whatever your face is, you gotta say it out your mouth now.
No comments.
We got 3 other panelists. Is R. Kelly still the king of R&B?
He's still, man, he'll go down as one of the great, if not.
Yeah,
you just gotta give him, as far as his singing, all that personal. We just talking about music and songwriting alone. Man, the boy that wrote so many hits. Y'all ain't gonna stop listening to them songs that he done wrote by them other artists. All y'all know. I'm not just gonna cut him off all the way. I do still need a little. I believe I can fly every now and then. The world's greest.
Where
every now and then.
was he flying to though? Where was he flying to? Where was he flying to?
Man, I don't know.
To the elementary school house. That's why them kids were singing it at their graduation.
Oh my God.
Recruitment.
Oh man, it's so much we didn't touch, and maybe we need to do a part 2 of this. Let's close out on a positive note. What we want to do with BH100 discussions, we want to end. What can we do as a community to curb these type of situations? You know what I'm saying? What R. Kelly done is you know what I'm saying, spilled milk. But what can we do to ensure that people with camps are not getting paid off to basically encourage this type of behavior?
Bring awareness. For me, it's about bringing awareness, and it starts at home. I teach my child. I have a 16-year-old daughter. I don't care who touch you, if it's auntie, cousin, the dog down the street. Mama needs to know. And if they say they gonna kill me, let me worry about that. We all gonna be dead up in here.
Okay.
Speak up.
Parents.
As a parent, I second what you're saying, in that we don't keep secrets around in our family. We talk, we communicate, everything is open. Tell me what's on your mind. I'm here for you. Don't be ashamed of anything. I won't be angry if you're honest. That's the type of thing we have to foster at home to keep this thing from happening, because when somebody else gets a hold of your child's mind, that's when it's kind of hard to get your position back as a parent, that trusting position. So just make sure your kids trust you, make sure your kids can talk to you, make sure you're your kid's best friend. Some of us grew up not really being friends with our parents, so we felt like, I'm gonna get in trouble or something, or if I told them I did this or told them I did that. But we kind of maybe have to change the way we parent our kids, and maybe parent a little bit more as a friend and less as a disciplinarian.
Both of you all have daughters, Theo, Madeline, but both of you all have daughters. What are you all saying or doing to kind of, this is the world of turn up, you know what I'm saying? This is the world of celebrity and everything, to not lose, you know what I'm saying, track of your kid, to where one day they will honor money over, you know what I'm saying, your guidance.
So for me, we have round table talk. Like, let's come to this table and what's going on at school. I mean, she schooled me. She told me about sexuality. Oh yeah, and this person is this and that. Oh, wait a minute now. Okay, Lord keep me.
So you had the conversation first before the world had the conversation.
Yes, that's right. Because I didn't get that growing up. I come from an old school household where, as you said, it was more of a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
I'm not your friend. Don't get me wrong. Don't get it twisted, because I don't get it twisted. I'm that too.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not.
But I'm that too, because you have to draw a line, because your kids will test you if you become too friendly, and then you have to reel them back and let them know. Yeah, right. So, but yeah, it all starts by discussion, and like you said, leaving the room open, leaving the table open for them to want to come to you.
Right. So it's different with me. My daughter's 3 years old, so it's really not too much about discussion right now. It's more about what I expose her to. And so right now, we monitor what she watches on Netflix. I make sure that all the princesses she watches look like her. I make sure that she's watching Doc McStuffins, and just make sure their toys look like her, and make sure I'm building her confidence and letting her know that she's the prettiest girl in every room, she's the smartest girl in every room. So that's the main thing with a tiny child, is to build up their self-esteem to where they're not questioning themselves or the decisions that they make. My daughter will slap the mess out of her older brother, and she's like, no, stop, I don't, whatever, what I'm saying, I don't, that's mine. She has confidence to speak up for herself, and so that's the main thing, is building up their self-esteem to where they're not confused, they're not easily manipulated. Just building her confidence. The conversations will happen later, but right now it's about building up her confidence.
Man, great in both aspects, of a younger daughter and an older daughter. And hopefully some of our viewers that are having trouble parenting can take from you guys, because I believe like a lot of the R. Kelly, the ones predators, they were orphans and broken homes and low self-esteem.
Right,
so
right.
Definitely build them up as a young age. Okay, backstage with Cole. What do you got to say? What can we do as a community?
Just be more aware and have more self-love. I think we so quick to get approval. It's R. Kelly. Yeah, so of course y'all was gonna be lured away or excited about what he is and who he is, but that's a grown-ass man at the end of the day, and y'all probably in y'all teenage years, but whatever. Just be more love yourself more, be more aware, monitor what your kids is doing on their phones, on their computers, or whatever the case may be, whether they still teenagers or not. You still got to do your job as a parent to make sure you monitor. At the end of the day, we as kids, we gonna still do what we want to do at the end of the day, but just be more aware, talk about it. Do more panels. Let's make it a conversation. Instead of the docu-series, let's do a conversation about like what Broadcasting Houston is doing a conversation about it. Because I guarantee you, people, they talking about, oh, he wrong, but are we having like a real ass conversation about why the dude wrong or why he not wrong, or that could have been your daughter, but y'all not looking at it. That's somebody's son too. He's a man, that could be your son. And it's, a lot of times we kind of paint those guys in a crazy light, but like, damn, that's somebody's son. What if that was your son being accused? It's like at one given moment, your son could be on the public eye, whatever the case may be. But just be more aware and like self-love though.
And I like what you said. This is the purpose of this, to have unity. One, I mean, different aspects of life, you know what I'm saying? A lot of different, some with kids, some without kids, and different backgrounds. And we all came together, we had a conversation without scolding each other, you know what I'm saying? And that conversation, a lot of these conversations like this happen offline, and then people click up, you know what I'm saying? But it's so great to have a space like this where everybody can come together and talk. And we're gonna show this to the world, and hopefully they respect it. So again, everybody in the comments, what do you think about what we've said today? Any comments that you may have, what we can do better as a community. And if y'all want a part 2, we'll definitely bring it to you. So signing off, Broadcast Houston. Thank all of our panelists, the ones right here and the other ones that are not on right now. We appreciate y'all for coming out and sharing y'all soul and spirit with Broadcast Houston. This is BH100 Discussions. Till next time.
Would you like your commercial aired right here? We'd love to feature you on our platform. Don't have a commercial for your business or brand? No worries. Let Broadcast Houston create your personalized commercial from scratch. Other services include BH100 Media Run, Unplugged Product or Service Review, Next Up Cypher, Bars and Baddies, and Unplugged Music Review. Visit broadcasthouston.com/services for detailed information about each of these services. Broadcast Houston is also your one-stop content creator shop specializing in lyric videos, animation, product photography, red carpet event coverage, music videos, and much more. Email us today at broadcasthouston@gmail.com.